The following was recorded in front of a live studio audience at the Studio 21 Podcast Café. This is the United Podcast Network.
If you're building or buying or selling a home, the real estate crew's got news for you at the Real Estate House Party.
With attorney Rick Carter,
Real Estate House Party.
paralegal Kathy Holtshouser,
Real Estate House Party. Come in, have fun.
and comedian Tony V. Now, here's real estate attorney Rick Carter.
Welcome and thanks for
What was that face, Tony?
Nothing.
It was just the end of a yawn.
Yeah, that's all.
That was some sort of record of us getting off track.
Yeah, good morning, Tony.
I was just getting some air in me.
That was about a half second and we were off track.
All it
We
takes
never
is the
even got
face.
on track. There was no track to get off of. The train was freewheeling.
Rick
It was
told
like that
us.
dream movie. What was that dream movie?
Listen, Tony. Rick told us we need to behave ourselves today.
Oh, okay.
I already
That's-
told him I would.
So usually when he tells me to behave myself, I go off the rails very quickly.
Act normal. We have company.
Okay.
Well, who's our company today?
I don't know.
First of all, welcome to the Real Estate House Party.
Yay.
We have Kathy Holtshouser,
Yes.
paralegal extraordinaire. Tony V,
Yes.
that my son-in-law said, Mike Flynn, said, I
yeah.
forgot to announce that you had just won an Academy Award. We'll be back to you.
I-
Back to you.
Okay.
We got to introduce Maureen Giuliano from
Hey,
Classified Realty.
Have they won Academy Awards?
No.
I have not won an Academy Award.
I'm sure they've won other prestigious things.
Neither have I.
And Lindsay Higgins, and they're both gonna win an award after putting up with this for a half hour. So,
Sure. And they're gonna choose another business. Whatever their business is, they're gonna get a new one.
Or not take Rick Carter's calls.
Lindsay's done pretty good. You still take my calls, right?
Yeah. I got to give it to you, Lindsay.
I
That's
know.
awesome.
I know. So, before we do our little show for the day,
Yeah.
you won an Academy Award.
I did not win an Academy Award. I have 3 scenes in a movie that won an Academy Award.
Oh, very
Which
good.
I did
Congratulations.
win a SAG Award.
Okay then.
Oh, that's
all right.
What is the SAG Award?
It's the one before the Academy Awards. It's the Screen Actors Guild Awards.
Oh.
And the movie Coda
Yep.
won Best Ensemble. And technically, I am in the ensemble.
You're in the ensemble.
So- that.
So appropriately, like, oh, you're going to get an award. And so, I don't know.
Did you
like,
get your...
They send you a certificate, a plaque,
Oh,
like
okay.
a plaque
Yeah.
thing. But
Is that on the wall
appropriately-
with your Seinfeld checks?
No, not yet. I think
gets
it's
16
It's in my
cents
legal
a
papers
year.
right now.
It's
But-
still something.
But appropriate to me, it comes like a month and a half later, and it's in an envelope that looks like it's been run over by a monster truck. It's all battered and crinkled, and there's tire marks on it.
We don't know who Tony
and
V
dog
is,
bites,
but
right.
we'll mail
So
it.
that was the ceremony. You
That was
winning
my
that?
ceremony
Oh, wow.
of
That's
getting
so-
my SAG
Oh,
award.
that's
Yeah,
nice.
yeah,
So nice. So.
But Coda it's a good movie if you haven't seen it.
I haven't seen it, but I saw it. I was
I've heard about
scrolling.
it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
I'm
heard
gonna
it was really
read it
good,
now,
so
yeah.
I gotta
Or
watch
watch
that.
it.
Yeah, when I was on set for the day I worked, I thought everyone
The
was
day I worked. Did you work a full day?
a whole day.
Wow.
What's a whole day to you?
It was like I was up in Gloucester at like 6 in the morning.
Wow.
Makeup and hair by 7:30.
You got your makeup and hair?
Oh, of course you don't think
To be
you
a
get this
bartender
pretty-
in that
Oh,
in that dive bar you were in?
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, they very rarely touch me up because
Okay.
my high blood pressure, I'm red anyway. You know what I mean?
So you
And
look
my
the
hair
part.
for an old man is just fantastic.
Phenomenal.
Phenomenal.
Yeah. But so I think we were done by 2.
Oh, that's a full
I'm a
day.
professional. I did everything they asked. But, I thought everyone on the set was ignoring me. Turns out they're deaf. The whole cast.
Everyone is?
Well, the main characters.
Oh.
I mean, I'm
3
not
minutes
making
and 42 seconds into the show.
I thought everyone
No, it's a
was
movie
ignoring
about deaf
me.
people.
Oh, yeah. No, I get it. I get it.
fun. I said nothing wrong. They
No, yeah.
They know they're deaf. I'm not breaking anything here. I didn't say anything
This is why we
bad.
never have a studio audience. You know
This is
that.
why we don't have repeat guests either. You should warn them.
Luckily, we can edit all of this. This will
Why
all
would
be.
you?
What?
No,
I
I'm
didn't say
kidding you.
anything, I
Maureen was
stay
worried
behind.
about
Yeah.
It is live, so believe it or not.
Oh, yeah, you can't edit live.
No, we can't have it live.
They've tried to edit me
no,
live.
No.
Chrissy
Nope,
doesn't
that's
have
done.
the beat button.
No.
So other good news.
Yes.
So Tony, we announced last week on our podcast
Yeah.
that he's going to be doing Fenway Park.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah, I'm going to open for Bill Burr.
And the real good news is I suggested that I could be the one to introduce Tony V on stage.
Or, no, you said we.
Well,
Me and you.
okay, we.
Yeah.
And evidently we're in the finalists for applications to allow Tony V to come on, right?
Oh.
Yeah.
I'm in the final running.
You're
We're in the final
you're
running.
Yeah. you're
Okay.
in the-
You keep saying I.
Just a mistake.
There's no I in team.
Just an oversight. Trust me. All right.
right.
We're going to do a little bit of an intervention today, okay, on Tony V.
You're wasting our guests.
Yeah.
Nope. We have a lot of guest power today.
Okay.
This is too much.
Yeah.
So the intervention is he might someday try to sell his house, but I'm worried him doing it on his own. So I think we need a little bit of intervention here, all right? Because when we first started
Wait
our...
a second. You know my wife.
Yep.
I don't do anything on my own. Well, one thing.
Speaking of your wife. All right, there goes this show for marketing.
No, he didn't say anything.
You didn't say anything.
You guys are making up
Dirty
the
minds.
jokes. Yeah, I didn't.
This is going to be
Could be
this is going to be a
laundry, you don't
marketing show for all of
So
Classified.
our guests are marketeers?
No, Maureen owns Classified Realty out
Oh.
of Reading and North Reading.
Nice.
And I must say, we always say this about people we deal with, attorneys, things like that. All your group is a great group.
Yeah, I agree.
And we always say, am I right?
Yeah.
And that always seems to come from the top,
Yeah.
right? If we
Without a
know
doubt.
if we know an attorney's a pain in the neck, usually the paralegal's the same way. Am
Yeah.
I right?
Yep.
Or a difficult attorney.
Or difficult.
But that trickles down to how his office is run.
Right.
and-
But I've never heard a bad thing about Maureen.
Thank
No.
you.
No.
Well, one thing. No. I'm only kidding.
What?
That she doesn't have
Do
good
tell.
choice. She doesn't have good choice on what podcast she goes on. Other than that,
So how many offices is it?
2 offices.
Yeah. And how many people?
We have 45 agents.
Wow.
Holy smokes. Wow, everyone in Reading gets their own agent. That's fantastic. On you go,
anyone selling a
24/7.
house gets 4 agents.
We're just going to set up
We
our
do-
bungalow in your front yard.
No, we do all north of Boston
Right.
and we're in New Hampshire. We
That's great.
We have New Hampshire agents.
Wow, that's
You
huge.
do.
That's awesome.
Yeah, we have about 7 of us now
Really?
that are licensed. I have a broker's license in New Hampshire.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That's wonderful.
Yeah. Yep.
For our next show, we're going to tell the differences between Mass closings
Yeah.
and New Hampshire closings.
Big deal.
I already know she knows.
Oh,
She
no.
just rolled her eyes and,
There's a lot I could say about New Hampshire, but I'm not going to.
because that's how you are.
Tony, I'm sitting right here.
I know. That's why I'm not saying anything.
So-
I'm not deaf.
Fat, I'm not deaf. All right, so we started way back when on a radio show, and at that point, Tony was thinking of, you ever hear Make Me an Offer? Make Me a Move.
Yeah, make me move.
Make
yeah.
me move.
Yeah.
So
So
at,
I have a walk-away offer.
yeah, at that point, it was like 1.25.
You got to keep the wife, though.
Yeah.
She stays.
That's personal. That's
Yeah, she
personal
does.
property. That's personal property.
Or maybe it's a fixture.
We'll sneak that in the fixtures section there. So,
Yeah.
so at that point, it was about 1.25. He said, if I ever get 1.5,
I'd
I'll
walk.
think about it.
Yeah.
Years later, it's probably in the 3s right now.
I don't know if it's that high.
Oh,
but
without a doubt.
It's up there.
Well, we're neighbors. I'll come
You-
over and
what
give you a
you-
property valuation.
You don't want to see my house.
Yeah, you live about 15 seconds away.
Yeah.
Wow.
Watch
Did you
out,
know that
Tony.
about that when you moved into the neighborhood?
I didn't.
It's usually a selling point.
Or not.
Steps away from Tony V.
Tony V's in the neighborhood. A lot of for sale signs.
The one thing, Lindsay, is he has been known to sit out in his front yard, almost in the street, in a lounge chair, in his bathrobe,
Yeah.
in the snow,
Sure. Saving
smoking a
park-
cigar.
Smoking a,
Yeah, it looks like he's saving a parking place. Yeah. So,
I have no front yard, by the way. I have a small backyard,
Yeah.
which is covered in everything that can fall from any tree within a 3-mile radius. I am covered. I don't know what the stuff that falls from trees, but I.
the little helicopters.
Yeah. Oh my goodness.
I got a call a couple of years ago from a friend of mine and says, Tony V's in the Globe. I go, oh, that's nice. Is he doing a show? You'll see. I go to the Globe. It's Tony V, literally,
Yeah.
as described, on a snowy February day, sitting out front.
In his bathrobe.
Just his bathrobe, cigar, couple cones to save his
I
spots.
was reading
and
the
not
paper.
a
And reading the
care in the world.
Love it. Love it.
All right.
I said that's my Tony V.
yeah. So here's our intervention.
Okay.
Lately, we've talked about this. People are saying the market is so hot.
Crazy.
I could sell on my own. So we're here to say probably not a great idea.
I'm a big fan of real estate brokers.
Yeah,
Big fan because
right.
they make it happen. They do this job every single day, whereas a seller may only sell once or twice in their lifetime, right? And you guys know the market. You know what needs to be done, and
This is the first thing. They always say this. Well, sell it on your own, and you can save on the commission.
Right.
I don't think that ever works.
no.
You're buying a $600,000 house with $30,000. I know we shouldn't talk commissions. X amount of dollars. Most buyers will come up to you and say, "You're selling it on your own. Why don't we just deduct that from your
Right.
$600,000?
Yes.
Right. Since
Sell
you're
it
not paying the commission.
Right, exactly.
Yeah.
So you lose out both. You're going to lose it anyway, and then you have no representation the
Right.
whole time there. So that's a fallacy, I think. So, but there's a ton of things, as Kathy was saying, that I think a broker would do. Just getting the house ready for a sale.
Yep.
You know, this is where Lindsay comes in. A lot of social media marketing. I mean, you guys have
You know, I didn't know what Lindsay did. And I looked at her, I went, social media marketing. I picked it out. She's young.
Yeah.
And she knows things.
Yeah.
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 All right, let me tell you about Lindsay.
Yeah.
One time she said to me, she goes, I said, how did you, she was working on something, a website or whatever.
Being a Miss Smarty Pants that we don't know anything about.
No.
No,
She's
that's a
very-
compliment.
Thank you. Thank you.
So she said, well, as a 14-year-old, when everyone else is running around doing their thing, she would go in and do websites and things like that, right?
Yeah, I taught myself how to code. Like,
Wow.
very, yeah, young, like kids out in the back.
All right, you've
drinking
already
in the
lost. You've already lost us. To
We
do
don't
code.
even know
HTML,
we don't even know what code is.
Yeah.
Okay.
So what does that mean?
Wait,
you already
wait.
learned. Okay, I know we're
No,
intrigued by
it's-
this.
It's
Wait,
like a
can you get me
computer
back
science.
on? Can you get me back on Twitter?
I don't know. About
My
that.
Twitter was hacked.
Okay, I think we have someone in our office that might be able to help you. too,
Really?
Right?
Okay.
Yeah.
Give a shout out to John, our intern.
Oh, we should
who's-
shout out to all our staff.
Oh, yeah.
'cause we always
Judy.
because they're
Hi,
they're
Judy.
supposed to be
Hi,
working
Sherry.
right now, but they're not working.
Yeah,
so.
yeah. We have a crack staff.
Crack staff.
Yeah, we have a
Sherry,
yeah.
Renee, Judy.
Oh, Renee. Hi, Renee.
Yeah. So while I was saying to Kathy, what were you doing as 14? What were you doing as 14? What are you trying to?
You don't want it.
All right, I don't want. So you were out trying to. So
Wait, what's
you,
the statute of limitations?
So you do a lot of social media for Maureen in Classified.
Yes, yes.
Which is one of the other features someone would do would have if they were selling it with a broker. I
If
mean.
they
is
weren't
all-
selling with a broker, they don't have that visibility
Right.
that
And this is all
Classified
reach that
has.
This is all
Classified has.
digital.
All digital marketing.
All right, Lindsay, tell us a little bit digital marketing with Maureen's office.
Yeah, I mean, our social media and internet presence is real strong. With 45 agents, and a lot of them have kids and grew up in the area, so we really know the market.
Yep.
And we specialize in North Reading, Reading, and Wakefield. We do a lot in the surrounding towns as well, but just dominate that area. And
So you do a little bit of. Do you do Instagram?
we do. Yeah, we
you?
have Instagram.
How does that work? Tell me how.
We
All right.
do reels. We do stories.
All right, so
stories.
How do you take photos?
We do videos.
We are new to the
What's a video?
Instagram.
Yeah. So is your Instagram? What do you see as being successful in the social media world for Classified?
It really depends on the agent and the age of the agent. For
Okay.
example, if I put something on Instagram, my 4 friends will like it. But if my daughter puts something
Felicia,
out,
she's
yes,
wonderful to
Felicia,
work with,
she's
too.
one of our agents.
And now you have her husband working
Yes,
for you.
I
too. You got
do.
the whole
I do.
team
The whole
in there.
family.
Yes, yep. But they, if she puts something out, that she has direct correlation to listings that she's received from Instagram. She's done some things. She went to school in Reading. She went to Austin Prep. She did a media day there, and all these kids were like, "Oh, I didn't know you did that." No, they're not kids anymore. They're 30.
Right, they're buying houses.
Yeah, they're
Right.
buying houses.
Yeah.
So she started really young, and it was very difficult because nobody wants to buy a house from a 22-year-old kid who's
Yep.
never bought a house.
Yeah.
But she's been in it so long now. But it was the Instagram. It was her just showing that she was out looking at houses that really got people to know that she was in the market and what she was doing. Again, that works for, we have a lot of younger agents. I am proud that our company has people in their 20s, 30s, 40s, 50s, 60s,
'Cause
70s,
you're cornering
and
the
80s.
market,
Really?
right?
We have agents in their 80s.
Really?
So
Really?
we do.
They sell in nursing homes?
We move them into the nursing home.
One-stop shopping.
Yeah.
Moving
but-
right along.
But it's really everybody. My sphere needs something different than the younger.
Exactly. So the younger kids
So that's
migrate to Instagram.
absolutely.
I'm going to say, like,
I'd
they
love
stay
to see
away
the
from
Instagram for
So
the
we-
80-year-olds.
They don't
Yeah.
like the face. They stay away from Facebook.
They're
they
all-
don't even.
they're all
post.
off Facebook.
Right.
And our-
because the parents took it over.
Right, and you're exactly
Facebook,
right.
yeah.
Right.
Yes, we took it over.
And
I
they
just-
do like the Snapchat when it's private and
Yes.
whatever. But and then like our age group has a huge presence on Facebook.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? I'm lumping us into a bigger
Yeah.
age
Yeah.
group. But
Yeah.
so
Do you do a lot
depending
of
on the-
Facebook presence, Lindsay?
Yeah,
Yeah.
we have great engagement.
If
on
Maureen would do
Facebook
some
and-
pictures for you once in a while, right?
Yeah, right.
I'm anti-photo. It's a really bad thing for the digital marketing age. I just
had one of my brainstorms.
I saw that in your
Yeah,
face.
you could see it
I could
registered.
see it.
Yeah.
I could see it.
For the
it
older
almost
folks.
seemed so good.
Yeah.
It delayed you a little bit, which
Yeah,
is very
because
unusual.
I had to put it. I had to put it.
You had to
correctly.
organize
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
Assisted living rooms.
you know what?
Yeah.
I like it.
Yeah. What do you think?
They need some assistance
Yeah.
in their living room.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Assisted living rooms.
Yeah, for the older folks. We
That's
have
why you
assisted-
delayed a little bit. It was so good.
I had to put it together.
Well, we
And I-
call him the idea guy.
Yeah,
so he
idea.
always comes up with these really cool
Yeah. All
ideas.
right,
All right, let's tell them about
It
Tony's.
was so good. I didn't know if I wanted to share it.
You got to trademark it.
Right, I had to put
Oh,
it
we've
in
done a few
perspective.
things. We've got a few things on network solutions, but we won't talk about that right now. So, last week's, let's see if you like Tony's idea from last week. We thought there's so many buyers these days, right? He was thinking about having like just a I don't know.
A mud wrestling.
No,
throw 'em in like a hole,
like a holding area for people.
Yeah.
You know, if they're a bridge loan or they don't have a.
And have one of those trap doors.
Right.
Have them
They
all
have a-
lined up.
But like a trailer.
Tell 'em,
like
you're out.
A
Boom.
high-end
Gone.
trailer park. Where you go, while you're waiting to buy your house, here's a lovely Airstream. Enjoy the amenities. That could work.
And if it doesn't work,
You
we got the trap door. They're gone.
Good. See you
That's it.
later.
We had this poor group, very good friends of us, and we'll get right back to it. You got that look on your face. We're
No,
digressing.
I was just wondering where you were going to go.
So, speaking of,
the
elderly,
human.
so we had a very nice girl on, we love her, Joan Lepore.
Yeah,
And
but
she
she
was-
doesn't return his phone calls
She's
anymore.
Not since the show.
Because
So she tries to keep the elderly in their houses as opposed to selling them and going in.
And she has a
assisted
serious business that she wanted to
Right,
promote.
right.
And these two,
Oh, jeez.
I actually do think that was a good idea.
Put them in the bubbles.
Put them in a bubble.
Put 'em- you know,
They'll
and
never
then they
have
can
any
just
problems.
bounce around. And
They'll bounce around. They'll be fine.
They won't be falling over.
And so when
You know
it
what
was
I mean?
time for Rick to say,
can
Joan,
vote.
why don't you tell us your phone number? She literally
She delayed.
started
She was making up
stuttering.
phone numbers.
And then Rick called her right
I called her
after.
right after to thank her for doing the show, and
She never called him
she didn't
back.
call back. And then it was like 2 or 3 days later.
I
she goes,
can't help it if people don't have a sense of humor.
You've come up with some great ideas.
All right.
They're not all gems. I throw them out. We
Yeah.
spit
No, I
on
like
them,
that one.
see what
Assisted
happens.
living room.
Yeah.
All right. Someone mark that. All right. So back to your intervention. Statistically, you get more money and sell quicker if you use a broker.
Yep.
That's well known, right? Now, some stats on this. Let me know if you guys think of this. 89% of all purchasers, regardless of age, wish to see photos of a listing. So that was their number one thing. Have to have great photos. And if you guys, as a broker, sure accessible to professional photographers.
Absolutely.
What else do you do besides do you guys do drones or do the Matterport or the virtual tours and stuff?
We do all that. We don't do too much with Matterport, but we do a lot with
That
the
was
drone.
big a few years ago.
Yeah. Some people love it. Other people find it hard to read,
maneuver.
and a little overwhelming.
Yeah.
So we didn't really get into that too much. The
Because you
drone
could almost
for-
do a video that's just as effective, right?
Right.
Yeah.
And the drones work for certain properties, not every property.
Right.
And we do something different. That's one thing that I like about being an independent, not, like a part of a large franchise, is each property, we kind of look at it individually and
See what
then
it needs.
kind of figure out what this particular house needs.
Right.
So if it's a house with a beautiful backyard, you want to fly the drone, or if it backs up to a lake or whatever.
Do you think the pictures are like people have made up their mind whether they like the house or not from the pictures?
Absolutely. I mean, we used to, a long time ago, people would see so many houses before deciding. Now they don't even come into the house unless they like the photos. So they
Right.
just go and disregard certain
I had
properties.
a closing the other day, which was unfortunate because, as you know, with today's market, you can't put any contingencies in there.
Right.
There's no mortgage financing, no home inspection. This guy literally never even saw the house until his walkthrough.
Oh, boy.
I know. And the pictures, he says, it doesn't look anything like the pictures.
Well, you know what?
I
That's
know.
buyers beware.
Yeah, I
That's
know.
not. I mean, who?
I know.
You know, with the
He just doesn't want to talk real estate.
no, I am going to talk real
I'm
estate. How do you
teasing.
know I'm not coming up with a really
I
good
don't.
idea?
I guess your
Well,
history.
because
With
yeah,
the pic,
It's
what about
Pavlovian.
your track record.
You in each room.
If the bell rings,
you do a
the
TikTok.
dog-
You do a TikTok video in every room with like a little dance.
That's going to take a lot of prep work
you
for these
got-
guys, though.
But a choreographed dance or something like that.
Lindsay, could you work that out?
Are you big on
I
TikTok?
have no coordination whatsoever.
That's what
That
makes
would be
it funny.
that would be funny.
TikTok is the thing.
All right, that's the thing, huh?
Yeah, we have a few agents who do TikTok.
Yeah.
And
Do you?
Yeah, we do. And I mean, it's
Lindsay, do you help
it's
them out on that?
It's hysterical.
I'm not on
more
I
more
am, but I'm
individual.
not, yeah.
More individual. But we have one.
But are they marketing the property with
Absolute-
TikTok? Because
absolutely.
I always find it to
what
be
do they
so
do?
funny.
Tell us.
So we have one agent.
Maureen's laughing.
you thought I was
can't even.
kidding.
It's hysterical. I mean, but see, I'm running a classy
yeah,
organization.
yeah.
These TikToks are
Not anymore.
Until
No,
today.
I know. Social media has changed everything.
Well, that's not what we were talking about. So what do they do with TikTok?
No, they just do different videos at the house, and they try to point out a feature of the house and do something really goofy.
Yeah, that's
and,
fair.
What is
and
it like
people-
a catchy, like just to get them
Yes,
interested
yes.
in that
And
property and then they
people-
research more?
A lot of all agents are trying to differentiate
Yeah,
themselves.
yeah.
So this particular agent, who's extremely funny, he gets out there and does these crazy things,
That's
and it
cool.
really does get people's attention. People
Off
are
air,
looking-
you might have to share his name so I
Yeah.
can check it out.
I saw some North Reading listing the other day. It was actually very funny. A lot of work went into it. Very nice house, and says the husband's coming with the house.
Oh, yeah. We
Did
did
you
see
see that?
that. We
That
did
was
see
pretty
that.
good.
Yeah.
That was very good.
It was an
Is
excellent
he really?
description.
Wait, why can the husband stay and my wife?
No, your wife can. We'll figure it
Okay.
out. Yeah.
Very good video though. So, all right. So here's
That's hysterical. Were they getting divorced or something?
It was an agent trying to be funny.
Not yet.
Okay.
no, it wasn't bad.
Yeah,
it wasn't
yeah,
bad.
yeah.
And she kept going on.
But you
and-
know what's so funny is like some people are so like you can't say anything, right?
Right,
So
right.
that's a little risky, don't you
Yes.
think?
Oh, I do. I
Yeah.
mean,
Yeah.
I'm a little old school.
Yeah, me too.
I'm still a little old school.
Yeah.
Someone's giving you their largest investment.
Yeah.
You wanna.
Call me
The
crazy.
house.
I'll act professional.
I want to take care of it.
Well, it can be really emotional too for
Yes,
some people.
yeah.
Whether it's a divorce or
Oh, yeah.
some, you never
Oh,
know.
those are the worst.
Can I say this? I have no emotion attached to my house whatsoever.
Yeah.
If someone
I thought
gave
you
me
were going to say.
the
I thought
money.
you were
Somebody
going to
gave
say
me-
to your marriage.
no, that,
No. Oh, sorry.
That's a whole nother subject.
that's a whole other thing. No, we stay together because we love each other, and if I left, my wife would have me killed.
And if she left, you wouldn't know what to do, right? Because she tells you what to do.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
It's
I
a good
don't-
thing. Yeah. God
yeah,
gave
I
everyone
have no problem saying
a
that,
wife
that
so that
she-
they know what to do.
Yeah, she told me what
Yeah.
to do before I had to get here.
Yeah.
And then I got stuff to do after I leave here.
Yeah, the honey-do list.
Yeah, I got it all.
She's actually right over there as a ventriloquist, and she's talking for Tony right now.
I'm sure she put a chip in me when I was sleeping.
That's another good idea.
Yeah. A husband tracker. That's what we need. I don't
Or
know
not.
Why, I don't know why it says I was at Encore. I was somewhere else.
It must be mistaken.
Yeah. It's good.
How many people you see do staging? What percentage of people do staging?
A lot. Most
lot.
of them are doing that now. And again, it goes both ways. Like you don't stage an as-is property, or it really depends on what the property is.
Right,
but no, most of these homes are staged, and they take the time to make sure that the professional photography is done properly. So yeah, that's.
Do you ever find someone offended by
Yes.
the way they think the house is perfect, and then you
Yes.
come in and say you got to redo your kitchen,
Yes.
or you got to change this wallpaper, or so I feel like that might be a little sticking point when you want to bring in all your funky, something that's going to sell the house.
Right, and then usually you have a conversation with someone about what's your goal here. If your goal is top dollar, then you need to show it to the people.
And that's what
that
you're
are gonna-
paying us for.
Yeah, it is show it to the house the way the people that want to buy it
Yeah.
want to see it. If you don't want to do anything, we're okay with that too. There's a lot of people who don't want to do anything,
This is
and
a-
I'm okay with that.
And do you find there's a big difference in pricing if they don't do
Absolutely.
anything?
There really is.
Yeah.
There is
Yeah.
a difference in pricing, and there's also a difference in the level of interest, which then again goes to how much competition there
Right.
is for a particular
See,
property.
this is where an assisted living room would come in handy, where they'd be sitting there and someone would go, just do what the nice ladies say.
So, but
And then you can have some soup.
I know Rick wants to move on, but I want to
No.
go back
I was
to
gonna,
that.
I was going to add to that staging.
Okay.
Yeah.
My turn or your turn?
No. Go ahead.
So when you so.
Do we have a choice on whose turn?
No. So, say someone's been in their house for 40 years, right? You know what their furniture looks like, right? You guys know what the flooring looks like, and you know what the bathrooms might be looking
Yes,
like.
yep.
And someone that's looking to buy that house that the seller's been there for 40 years, they weren't even born
Right.
when all that stuff was in style.
Well, that's staging 101. You got to get depersonalized as much as
Yeah,
possible.
so
Definitely.
I mean, if you told me I needed to stage my house, I would listen to you because you're the expert.
So yes, but you also, maybe this is a little bit different philosophy from other people, but I really believe in respecting what the seller wants.
Right.
They know what they want. They know
Right.
what their goal is.
Right.
They know how they want to present their house. If they want to present their house with the bicentennial wallpaper, that's their choice.
Hey,
That
no
is-
looking in my windows.
Right. And you're right
so-
on the money with
I'm
avocado green
yes,
refrigerator.
and I'm okay with that because their goal may not be to get the extra $20,000, $30,000. They want ease of transaction, or their goals are different.
Right.
And
So do you ever
have-
suggest what improvements to make related
just
to
gonna
that?
ask
Yes, but
that.
it really is a menu. It
Yeah.
really is like, what do you feel comfortable with? What do you want to do? I mean, there's times when, if someone has way too much stuff in the house, I say, this house would be perfect if we sold it vacant.
Yeah.
And that's my
Yeah.
nice way of saying,
love it.
Get it out.
Get your
Yeah.
crap out.
Yeah.
Right.
So, you could say, you know what, you're going to throw $500 into your front yard landscaping.
Yes.
Rip this
Right.
bush out, or,
Right.
have a landscaper come out and clean it up. Because, what is the first impression is what
Absolutely.
the minute you pull up
Yep.
to the house,
Paint
right?
the front door, fix the
Absolutely.
doorbell.
Yeah, stuff like that's really good return on investment, right?
Well,
Absolutely.
right.
Yeah.
Yeah. What about shag wallpaper?
I heard that was coming
sounds
back. I
Scary.
It's definitely coming back. It's definitely coming back.
It's good when you get out of the tub.
All right, this is what they said about staging. It's easy for the buyers to visualize property as their future home.
Yeah.
Yep. A buyer's more willing to walk through a home they saw online as it's being staged. More of a positive impact, home value, if home is decorated to buyer's needs. So that's a
Yes.
tricky one, though. But, because if
Yeah.
you don't have it to buyer's needs, I'm sure it's a negative effect, right? Yeah.
It's
You know?
something as
What we-
simple as paint too, though. Like
Right.
if you have paint that's bright red in
Right.
your
Gotta get rid of
in a
it.
bedroom, but the seller at the same time is like, well, no, I'm just going to list this on my own, and the market's so hot. I'll get an offer right away. But it's stuff like that. Buyers, sellers will say, oh, that's too nitpicky, or I'm not painting, and that's fine, that's okay. But buyers these days just don't want to do anything.
Well,
I know
a lot
I
of
did
buyers
it.
are moving in with their kids. Like they're
Yeah.
selling this house and they're moving in.
Right.
And it's literally day to day, like the same day. They don't have the downtime to paint.
That seems like a no-brainer for
Yeah, but then you have to
$300.
get the painter. I think it's more than $300
So
now.
when you're prepping the house in the fall for a spring sale, it's
Yeah.
a totally different thing.
Right.
Sometimes when you're in the spring and you are trying to get a house ready, it is better to get it on with the red wallpaper
Okay.
and the lime
Right.
green
Right.
and just get it on because the buyers are here at the moment.
Right, right.
So if you're looking to, we really counsel people September, October, November, here, this is what you should do this winter to be ready for February 1st or something. That's a totally different thing. But if people are looking to get it on and get it sold now, get it on.
Right.
Right.
now
Absolutely.
is do it now.
Selling
Do it
the
now.
holidays must be tough. You have all the holiday decorations
Yeah.
up, and
But it also, the houses look pretty.
Yeah.
at
Yeah.
that
Yeah,
time,
you're right,
You know?
you're right.
Yeah,
So-
sure.
Yeah.
but this is back to the original point. You would be able to suggest this more than just some seller on their own
Right.
making these kind of thoughts that they don't have any background.
Leave
in.
it to professionals.
Exactly.
But the other
exactly.
thing is, you guys are able to peruse through the offers that you get and help them. And you say, well, we really like these people, but which is the best offer?
Well, that's what
Exactly.
I think is the biggest difference
Yes.
in this
Huge
market.
difference.
Sure, you
Kind
can,
of the
you can
auction
g-
effect,
You
right?
can generate all these people to come in and make offers, but how do you decipher what is the best offer? And do you know if this is going to get to close?
Exactly.
And
Right.
we know the agents. We know if
So you might not take the highest offer.
no,
Right, exactly.
because
And you're looking at the other agent, right? That a go-getter, or you work well together.
Right.
Because at some point you guys become a team, and the end result is getting the loan closed or getting the house closed.
absolutely.
So if you sell a house for $1.5 million that was listed for $1.2 million, but the $1.5 million has it subject to an appraisal,
Absolutely.
you're not going to want to
No,
take that.
and-
You might as well
right.
take the $1.2 million.
exactly.
And cut your losses,
that waives
right.
the appraisal.
Right.
You know you're going to get the 1.
And if a sale by owner doesn't know that,
Right.
they don't
Exactly.
know the
Of course.
details of that.
No,
they don't.
we're idiots. Jeez. God. No.
You would have taken the $1.5
that's-
million.
I would've.
That's
What?
quite a
And
jump
then I'd have been
to not
pulling
use
my
a real
hair
estate
out.
agent.
Yeah.
It's so
It's
yeah.
dangerous too at some point. Like your representations of the house, what you say and don't say, what you need to say, and what
Right.
you can keep to yourself, right? So
and
you
just-
guys have so many rules and so many regulations that for sale by owner might shoot himself in the foot.
Exactly.
I think one seller said, not that we represented, but said, "Don't worry about it. You can have your landscaping truck out front." I checked with the town, and they have no problem doing
Right.
that. They didn't check with their subdivision,
Yeah,
who
yeah,
has
the
all the rules and
restrictions.
regulations
Right.
and restrictions. It said, "No landscaping trucks out." It was
Right.
almost that blatant there. So, and the buyer already bought, and at that point, it was a bit. You guys would probably know,
Yeah, if there's any,
Yeah.
rules. Yep.
or to tell them to. You got to look into the stuff there.
And then a for sale by owner may not even know where to go, for seller representation, or do you know what I mean? So they're kind of just untethered out there in a tough
You
real
guys hit
estate
another good one
market.
there. The offers too. It seems like when a broker's involved, time frames are more condensed. It's more organized. Whereas someone just loosey goosey, yeah, I'll put an offer. But with this, you say, listen, I want all offers in by Tuesday.
Right.
We're going to show it on Saturday and Sunday. All offers. There's that urgency involved, right? Have it
Well,
all.
because
in,
you have professionals on both sides
right,
of the
exactly.
table.
We want it in
and-
by
yeah.
Tuesday, and that seems to drive the price up. Whereas if you get some guy selling it on his own, he goes, Tony calls his friend, say, let me know if you want to buy it. You give me a holler.
Yeah. Yeah.
But
so
then they may not understand that a purchase and sale agreement and/or offer is a binding contract, and
Yeah.
then they decide,
But all of
30
us
days.
know that because of our explosive class we had about a
Yes.
week ago. It
Yes.
was very informative.
But the seller might, decide, you know what, I have cold feet.
Right.
You know what I mean? Or the buyer might have cold feet.
Do you ever
and
have
now-
sellers cold feet?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
That's-
a
Like
hard
they sell the house
decision.
and then go, we don't want to sell.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Idiots, I told you.
But that opens them up for a lawsuit.
Yeah, of course, because they signed a piece of paper.
Right.
A seller selling on their own might not know that.
Right.
They might just
No.
sign the offer.
Yeah.
And say, all right, well, I just won't sign the purchase sale and get out of the whole thing there. So I think that's going to
So, like, we just rolled through just a handful of things that you guys are why a real estate agent is important to have in a transaction.
Can I ask one other question? This is a real question. A while back, we were talking about virtual staging. Does that
Yep.
happen now?
Yeah.
Where you, VR, do we?
I've done virtual staging.
Have you?
where
That would seem to be the way to go.
So how does that work?
Well, I found that, so when I list a house if it's empty, I'll have furniture, like just photoshopped in and some rugs, bed, everything.
That's awesome.
And it
Right.
makes a huge difference.
Then you can see how big the room is, right? With the kind of
Exactly.
furniture that you might.
You could do it like when you have an eye exam and they flip the thing and they
Yeah.
go, better,
Yeah,
better or
right.
worse, better or worse, worse. Now cover the other eye.
Same.
Better, same. Okay.
So you do that for rooms and everything, huh?
Oh,
That's
yeah,
awesome.
Yeah, it really
You know what it
looks
reminds
nice.
me of? Like Chip and what's her name?
It's
Joanna.
Joanna. Yeah.
And when they take the house, right? And then they start like, cut down this wall, do this. And before you know it, it's like a completely different
Totally,
house.
yeah.
Total vision.
Yeah.
Different vision.
Wow.
That was a very
I
informative.
think it was
I
very
am
good.
That was a
exhausted.
great
I'm
question.
exhausted.
Yeah.
Thank you
That
very
is a
much.
really good
I come up
Ooh.
with one. I come up with one idea and one good question to show, and then the rest is all foolishness.
No, actually, you were better than that today. You had 2 good ideas.
Oh. Well, remember that when I don't have one next week.
Okay. we'll hold it over.
Average.
Yeah.
Well, thank you for joining us, both of you.
I
Now
hope
you
you
got-
guys come back because I have
Yeah.
a million
We have
more
a lot of
questions.
questions.
Right.
We didn't get through
You
a
know how
third
you
of
can
this.
tell this was a good show?
How's
it
that?
flew by.
It flew
Yeah.
by.
It flew by.
It flew by.
Yeah.
You guys going to come back on?
Yeah, because I want to go through the other reasons why you should have a real estate agent because we only touched on
Yeah.
a
Should
very
we do a
small-
part 2?
Yeah.
See, I don't scare everybody.
It's not boring. It's interesting.
It is,
Yeah,
very
Well, I think it is.
Yeah,
Thanks for joining us here at the
Yeah.
Real Estate House Party with Lindsay Higgins, Maureen Giuliano from Classified Realty, Kathy Holtshouser,
Yep.
Paralegal Extraordinaire, and Tony V, the Idea Man.
Woo.
This is Rick Carter. We'll see you next week.
Yes.
Thank you.
Thank
You
you very
will.
much.
The views and opinions expressed by the hosts, guests, or callers of this program do not necessarily reflect the opinions of the Studio 21 Podcast Café, the United Podcast Network, its partners, or affiliates.